Hi guys. Trying to think of what light to turn on because it's, well, that's not a fun light, is it? Oh gosh, Lee. All right, so I'm looking a little rough because I decided to hop on kind of impromptu. Hi Ashley. Because I have some cool things to share, or just kind of like a story, and hopefully it's a story of like it's motivating and inspiring, and I don't say all that to like brag. I say all that hoping that because we're getting into December and everybody has some kind of goal they're working towards, I hope that this can be helpful and, like I said, inspiring. Hi Holly. Hi Melissa. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm just going to give it a minute, try to respond. Hi, Taylor, to my friend who messaged me. How is everybody? Hi. Everybody have a good day. Hi, Leslie. Hey. Hi, everybody. I appreciate y'all hopping on, kind of impromptu. I didn't know I was going to go live until like 3 minutes ago. But I got to thinking about what's been going on today and thought that I would share. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, Taylor. That's a good reason to not be live here. I think that's awesome. So good luck with that. Hi, Ashley. Hi, guys. So if you're watching the replay, you can tell me replay if you want. You don't have to. Because this is just like a story that I wanted to share with you guys. But as always, I do believe that it will resonate with some of you as it pertains to goals. Because like I said, we all have goals and they fall somewhere on the spectrum, right? Of, from paying this bill, paying for gas, paying for a date night to, I want to make this amount of money so I can not have to worry about bills, or I want to cover my house payment. I want to earn trips. I want to buy a new car, buy a house, retire my husband, retire me. I want to be able to stay home with my kids, all of those dreams. They are all amazing and worthy and, so worth chasing in their own right. So, but for those of you who don't know me super well or haven't heard my story, since I earned my first incentive trip with the Mediterranean cruise back in 2017 or early 2018 is when I earned it completely. My goal really is based around earning trips. The extra money is great. I do want to make some, 6-figure paychecks. I would love to be able to buy a house with Scentsy money. Like all of those things tear off of my dream that I know is super tangible in this moment. And that's earning incentive trips. And so I'm super motivated by them. I love the setups of them. And I'm just every day constantly in tune with what more do I need? What else can I do? How close am I to my goal? Those kinds of things. And so if whatever your goal is, if that's not what you're doing, then you're really doing no action. And I hate to break it to you, but a goal without a plan is just a dream. And that's a saying. I didn't make that up, but that's a saying. And it's a saying for a reason, because it's true, right? You can have goals all day long, but if you have no plan to achieve them and if there's no action, then it's just a dream. And dreaming is great, but at some point you have to wake up. And when you wake up, you're either working for somebody else doing a 9-to-5, or you're working towards making your own dreams happen and putting money back in your pocket. So the choice is yours. Obviously, everybody is here for different reasons. And some of you, that's just to get more Scentsy in your life. And that is an okay goal to have too. Like, ain't no shame in that. So all goals are welcome here, obviously. Hi, guys. Thanks for hopping on. So today, Star Wars Day, super amazing launch. The ones that participated, I'm sure that you were just as surprised as I was at how fast the CP3O or C3PO, you guys, I don't watch Star Wars, how fast all of that sold out, the bundles. And so, but what an amazing tribute to Scentsy for being so in tune with what our audiences want, right? Our customers, what they all are wanting so much, because, you know, people are willing to pay a price, pay whatever price, for their Star Wars stuff and for their Scentsy stuff. And that's just incredible. I didn't think it was going to go that fast either, Leslie. I was shocked. And I honestly, I thought the warmer would go fast. I mean, I thought that the buddies would go fast, but I did not realize how fast. And so, it was just crazy. And it's a blessing. It's totally a blessing. This is not where I'm going with this, but I just want you guys to remember that it is a blessing no matter what your personal outcome of today was. It is a blessing, and it should tell you that you are in the right business, because we are producing things. Scentsy is producing things at such a level that this year, you guys, how many limited time only things have we had sell out this year? It's insane. And most of them within 24 hours. A lot of them within 4 hours. Like, that's incredible. Okay. So if nothing else, it should solidify that you are in the right place. Okay. So Star Wars Day, you know, the saying is true. Alex says it all the time. I say it too. What you share, you sell, right? And so I did share Star Wars, and I did the best I could with what I got, which was zero knowledge of Star Wars. I was like, who's the dead guy in the dish? Like, yeah. So I'm so behind on the Star Wars train. Okay. And it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay not being a part of it, but, I still got some interest. I still had people who wanted stuff, because regardless if I'm a fan, other people were a fan. And so, luckily I didn't have a whole lot of people who wanted the buddies who didn't get them. And so, I had some pretty happy customers, and that was great. And, I got about 130 in PRV from this morning, which is not bad at all. Not bad in all a day's work, especially if we're counting by the $50 PRV a day, you know. So I'm almost 2.5 days in, you know, as far as today's PRV as it counts. And so I was super thrilled with that, right? But what I realized today with that PRV, as I was waiting for our workstation to update, I was looking on my incentive tab, and I'm about 1,330 1,330 points away from earning level 3 of this incentive. So get my butt and my husband's behind on that cruise. That's been my goal since day one. You guys, I look at my incentive tracker every single day. Every morning when I wake up, it's the first thing I check on my workstation, and it's the last thing I check before I go to bed. Not that it changes that quickly, because it usually updates at night, but I still check it constantly, because I'm like, man, if something updated, I want to know. Because I'm so in tune with, that's my goal. My goal is for me and my husband to have a vacation. When Scentsy does 2 trips a year, it's 2 times a year. But if it's 1, then it's 1. And so I have all my other points. If you look at your incentive tracker, you see that we are now in the 5th month of this incentive period. And if you go 5 out of the 6 months, and it doesn't matter in what order, but 5 out of the 6 months, if you do 1,000 PRV or more, you get an extra 2,500 PRV consistency points. And I've done 1,000 points or more in the past 5 months. Or the past 4 months, right? So I'm sitting at about, after Star Wars, I'm sitting at about 840 PRV for this month. I put in a really great order on the 2nd, on Monday, that I had saved from November. So I let it carry into my December PRV, and it was great. It was my mystery hostess that I talked about. So great PRV, for being, 4 days in. And so, but I realized how close I was to that extra 2,500 points. And you guys, I know I'm going to hit 1,000. I know I'm going to hit 1,000 PRV this month. Like, my goal every month, my goal that I take action, and that is not just a dream. I take action. I make a plan to get at least 2,500 PRV a month. That is my goal. That is always the mark that I need to hit. I want to do annual sales. I know that's what I need to hit in order to do it. So 2,500 PRV is always my goal every single month. So I know I'm hitting 1,000 PRV. But today I got really anxious and I was like, if I could hit 1,000 PRV tonight, the incentive tracker will update tonight and I will be a level 3 earner morning come December 5th, right? Almost 2 months before the incentive ends, I will have earned level 3 for this cruise to Bermuda. And so you guys, I like to think I have a really strong growth mindset, but in a lot of ways I am super stubborn. And so when I get fixated on something and I have a goal, I'm like, dag nabbit, I'm not stopping until I get there. And so I sat there and I thought, okay, what can I do? What can I do? When the Star Wars launched, I ordered a 6-pack of bars. I got 3 dark side because I've smelled the dark side and I like it. And then I got 3 of the light side because I have people who are curious and I'm thinking if it doesn't sell out, at least I can get them samples and maybe they'll order some or whatever. And then I put some in my Scentsy Club just in case. And so I kind of cushioned it a little bit, but then I got to thinking, I was like, hey, you know what? I did my calculations. I said, I only need 4 orders of 40 to get me to 1,000 PRV. So I went ahead and I posted on my VIP that I need 4 people who want to get a free bar, which I'm not sure if that was out of compliance. It might have been. Actually, no, it wasn't because I didn't say what they had to do. So then when people said, I said, 4 people who want to get a free Star Wars bar. And so then when people said that they wanted to, I messaged them. And I had like 5 or 6 people say, yes, I want one. And then when I messaged them saying that if they spent $40 tonight with me with an order, that I would give them a free bar. Out of the 5, I think it was 5 people, out of the 5 people who commented on that, only 1 committed to doing an order. The rest of them fell flat for whatever reason. And so they're all customers of mine. It happens, it was a shot in the dark, right? But as I'm waiting for people to comment on that, I'm like, you know what? The fastest way to get to my customers is to go ahead and just send an email. So I got on my workstation, I create an email within like 10 minutes. I save the pictures from the workstation. And because it's a one-on-one communication, our newsletter counts as that, or our emails count as that. I was able to put directly in that email what my special was. So I typed up a quick email and I sent it out to all the people who are subscribed to my newsletter. Okay. It's about 130 customers of mine. So I sent that out with my shopping link and everything. Crickets. I don't hear a single thing from anybody. But then as I'm looking on my phone at some messages and stuff, I see that, I remember that one of my really, really good customers, she's like a super customer. She had messaged me today. Give me just like 5 minutes. Okay. She had messaged me today, because she got her friend hooked on Scentsy. And so she messaged me asking if I could get her a replacement dish. And so I messaged her and I said, yes, I can get her a replacement dish. I had messaged her that earlier in the day. She said she's going to get back to me. And so then I went ahead and just sent her a message. And I said, you know what, friend, if you tell your friend, since she's already ordering the dish, if she just spends another $30, I will give her a free Star Wars bar. And she goes, okay, I'll pass that along to her. I said, okay, great. So then she comes back to me and she goes, okay, yeah, she does want to take you up on that. She'll take these 6 bars. And I said, yes, perfect. So now I had locked in 2 $40 orders. So I was like, okay, all right, I have 2 more. And this was quite a bit earlier. So I'm like, I still have time. I'll reach out to people if it starts to get late. Like I'll start messaging people if I've got to, right? And then a couple minutes later, I get a ding on my phone and she's saying, wait, or she's like, okay, I'll let her know what the total is. Cause I had given her the total. And I get a ding on my phone and she goes, she's going to want to place a Christmas shopping order with you here pretty soon, a pretty large one. And I said, oh, okay, great. Like, you know where to find me, And she goes, she laughs. And then a couple minutes later, she comes back and she goes, never mind. She's just going to do it now. And so she starts naming off everything that she wants, you guys. And it was an insane order. I texted Alex the picture of it because it was 3 Angel Wings warmers. It was a total of like 9 Homestead holidays. And so right then and there, that's like $160. And I said, does she still want her other 6-pack and the dish? And she said, yeah. So she was, that was like 140. So she was at like $170. And I said, if she spends, I actually had said, because I had that other girl's order, I said, I can give her this party and she can get $20 in free credit and a half off if she wants to go that route. And she's like, what, really? And so, because I had my friend's order who had given me the 6-pack of bars and something else. And so I was just going to add it to that. So she was already at 200 just with her holiday shopping order. So now I'm gifting her that party, securing her as my customer. But the most magical part of all of that, you guys, for me anyways, was the fact that, I got lucky, right? But was the fact that I had reached my goal. In one order, not counting my other friends, in one order, I had secured what I needed to earn level 3, okay? But here's the thing. You can look at this and say, well, you got lucky. Like, you have a customer who spends a lot. Like, good for you. I don't have those kinds of customers. You guys, I've had three or four of those customers throughout my 2 years of being with Scentsy, and they fall off at some point. I can't rely on the customer who is spending $600 a month with me anymore. She doesn't do that anymore, right? Because you can't afford to do that long term. But she can't afford, or you can't rely on big ticket customers because they're not going to last forever, right? Just like we can't rely on the same network of customers to provide for us each month with PRV, provide orders every single month, or do parties every single month. Like, we just can't do that. But what I can speak to is that this may have happened by chance and I may have gotten lucky, but it was not without the work that I did on the back end that they didn't even know about, and that I was going to be willing to do until, okay, I was going to be willing to text people until I felt like it was too late to be texting people. I was going to be reaching out to people, following up about that email, posting again on my VIP about the free bars and all that stuff. And so there's a fire that comes with having a goal. And if your goal doesn't light a fire under you and it does not fixate you in a way that it's not an obsession. It's not something that I obsess about, but it is definitely something that's in the back of my mind. And I'm looking at the calendar and I'm saying, okay, it's beginning of December. This is what I have left. This is what I need to do. I know exactly where I'm at. Okay, I'm safe. Okay, I need to do this. I need to work on this. I need to do the sponsoring, whatever that may be. If your goal does not put it in your mind that, oh my gosh, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm thinking about, then you're chasing the wrong goal. You're doing the wrong thing. And I don't mean with Scentsy. I just mean that maybe that's not the goal that you should be working towards. Paying for a date night is really great. I love date nights and I love it, but I don't know that it would motivate me every single morning to get out of bed and come to my office and check that incentive tab or follow up with people when I've got 160 to-dos on my Maven. Like, I don't know that would motivate me enough. Everybody is different. Okay. But when I look at that incentive tracker and I'm going, oh my gosh, like, this cruise to Bermuda, I'm watching the videos. I'm talking to my husband about extending into New York. We're talking about this vacation that we're going to get to have, right? And the sacrifices I'm making now to do that vacation, they can't be in vain. I can't be making these sacrifices of late nights, early mornings, skipped play dates. I can't be making these sacrifices and have it be for nothing. So if you are sacrificing something in your life, which you have to sacrifice something, okay? There is no balance between work and play and life and family and job and all of that. Balance does not exist, okay? It's about prioritizing what you're willing to sacrifice in order to project your life, your goal, your kids, your family, whatever, to what you want, okay? That's what it is. So I recognize that with my goal and my husband's desire, that the sacrifices that I have to make now are minute compared to what we know is a Scentsy vacation. Okay, hold on. Noah, what do you need, bud?
I can wait to tell you.
Okay, well, I need you to get out of my office and I'll come find you.
Okay.
Thank you. Close my door, please. So my big overhaul of this is not to brag, though I am very excited, and I will toot my own horn, you guys, because there are, as of Monday morning's leadership call, there was only 122 top 50 earners. Now, come tomorrow, there probably will be a lot more, because Star Wars did push a lot of people into that level 3. But let me just tell you, 122 earners of level 3 means there's 122 earners of top 150. And yes, we still have 2 months to hustle, or a month and a few weeks. We still have that time to hustle. People are going to get it done. I believe me, and I very well may be kicked out of the top 150, but I'll tell you what, I'll be on that cruise no matter what. And I'm dang proud of that. Because that's what drives me. That I never said if I earn this cruise. If is not in my vocabulary when it comes to incentive trips. I'm not telling my husband if I earn level 3. When I earn level 3, we're going on this cruise. When I earn level 3, we're spending 2 extra nights in New York, And so you have to speak it. You have to live it. You have to breathe it. That doesn't mean be a robot to this business. Do not be a slave to any work. Okay. Sometimes, like today, after Star Wars was done, you guys, I laid in bed, scheduled some posts for my VIP, and I didn't do my 160 follow-ups. I didn't write thank you mail. I didn't do a whole lot of anything, you guys. I let a lot of things be my sacrifice tonight after what I accomplished this morning, which was income producing and fruitful, in my opinion. But I accomplished my goal. I accomplished what I set out to do. And so there is a balance, but it's not even. Okay. So what I did this morning, my 5 hours I spent relaxing is not even with the 2 hours of work I did this morning. But that's the balance of the business that you have to find for yourself. And your goals dictate that. Your goals will dictate at what point you can sacrifice, at what point you can rest, at what point you take breaks in this business. What's your December calendar look like? When are you going to take off for Christmas? And what's that going to look like? And can you afford to take off 2 weeks for Christmas? What does your business look like? What will the effect be on taking 2 weeks off from your business? So it's those kinds of things that you have to consider to recognize whether that goal is what you should be chasing. And so that's what I have for you. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about those goals and doing what it takes to achieve them. And if you're not doing what it takes because you're not motivated day in and day out, and if you're not constantly driven by that outcome, then you're chasing the wrong goals. Okay. And let me tell you, it's not that I wake up every morning jumping out of bed, birds chirping, and, farm animals getting me dressed in the morning, and I'm, gliding into my office with a full face of makeup and doing my work, and everything just comes easy. You guys, there are days where I'm like, I do not feel like doing anything today. Nothing. But does that align with the outcome that I want? Does that align with my goal? Can I afford to sit here and do nothing? You have to figure that out, right? And that's part of making the plan, because you make a day-to-day plan. If that's what you need, a day-to-day, I need 50 PRV today, I need 50 PRV tomorrow, I need to book 2 parties, I need to have 3 parties this month, whatever that looks like, you have to figure that out. And there's people here, there's resources, there's people here to help you do that, but you have to figure it out. And whether you're motivated or not, you do it until you get the outcome that you wanted. And if that dream is not driving you to do it, even when the kids are sick, even when your husband's been gone all day, even when you're dead exhausted, even when you'd rather be laying on the couch watching Disney Plus, like even when you're motivated by the outcome, not by the distractions, okay? You have to be motivated by the outcome, not the distraction. And so, it's just something that I want everyone, whatever your goal is, whatever you figure out that motivates you, that you can achieve with this business, which is endless possibilities. Once you achieve that, even on a small scale, right? So like Mariah has earned level 2 of this incentive. Jen Diaz has earned level 1 of this incentive. And Mariah's goal is level 3. Jen's goal is level 3. But I can tell you what, they've gotten a taste of what it feels like to earn something that a small percentage of Scentsy consultants earn. Very small percentage. And they're fired up because they want more. So when you earn, when you achieve even just a small part of what you're hoping to achieve altogether, it's like a fire like no other. That first cruise was the inferno that ignited the rest of my business, okay? Because I knew there would never be an incentive that I didn't earn. I can't not earn it. That's what drives me. That's the heart of why I do this now. Selfish? Maybe. It's my business though. I get to decide. You get to decide what motivates you. It doesn't have to be trips. It doesn't have to be a $10,000 paycheck. All those are nice, but it doesn't have to be any of that. Whatever it is, I don't care. But it needs to motivate you enough to do it until you reach it. It needs to be the reason that you do the things that are hard. You do the things you don't want to. You get out of bed even when you don't want to. You stay up late just because. You're reaching out to those people. You're doing your follow-ups. You're getting your PRV. Whatever that looks like for you, you are doing it because you are so motivated by the outcome. So that's what I have for you guys. It was on my heart. I'm excited. I'm excited about level 3, you guys. I'm excited about this cruise. But I'm also excited about the possibility of there being other true lifers on this cruise. I'm excited about the possibility of true lifers being fired up by the possibility of being on a cruise. And maybe it's not this cruise, but maybe it's the next trip. Maybe it's our trip to Hawaii or something later on in the future. I don't know if there's a trip to Hawaii. I'm hoping. But maybe it's the next incentive trip. I don't care. But do it until, okay? And we are here to celebrate every single little win. We are here to celebrate every single milestone in that journey. But don't think you can stop at the first block and call it good. It's not enough to just stop and say, well, it's good enough. No, it's not good enough. Level 2 for me, not good enough. I could buy my husband in. But that's not what the outcome is supposed to be. That's not what I have been working so hard for. Level 2 was not it. Okay? So goals, plan, okay? Sacrifice, all of that has to be at the forefront of your goals and at the forefront of what you're working towards. If you're not willing to sacrifice for that goal, it's not the goal for you then. That's not what you're really here for. I'm not saying you shouldn't be in Scentsy. I'm saying that's not what you should be working towards. Oh, that's okay, Nikki. You can watch the replay. So, if you guys need any help, there is still plenty of time to kick butt. In December, obviously, there's still plenty of time to earn level 1. You guys, level 1 of this incentive requires 0 sponsoring. So if you are a new consultant, if you are a seasoned consultant, whatever, you can still earn it. Like, there's still time. Will you have to work? Yeah. But will it be what motivates you? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I can't decide that for you. But you'll know it. You'll know it when you feel it, okay? So, or even better, what I would encourage everybody to do, because here's the thing. Here is the thing about some of these goals that like Scentsy puts out there for you, or maybe you don't even realize that it's a possibility of being a goal, is events like World Tour and Scentsy Family Reunion. You guys, if there was any goal that I would tell you to work towards diligently, it would be to attend one or both of those events, okay? Events is what makes directors. Events make star directors. Events make superstar directors. Events promote people. I promoted a month and a half after Scentsy Family Reunion. Alex, same, promoted the month after Scentsy Family Reunion. Those events change lives. Okay. So if there's any event worth working towards, those need to be it. And maybe you don't earn level 1 of this incentive. That's okay. Work towards saving money, figuring out the budget in which you need to get your butt to Utah, to get your butt to a registration tab on your workstation to register the $75, and then flying, driving, whatever it takes to get yourself to that world tour. That, my friends, needs to be the goal. And I get that it's hard to be motivated for something that, one, maybe you don't understand, two, you don't get because you haven't experienced it yet. I get it. Maybe it's scary for you. Maybe you have a new baby. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe you don't know how you're going to take off work. All of those things I understand, but there are testimonies in this group. There are testimonies of some of my very dear friends who have sacrificed so much to attend these events, and they will tell you without any hesitation, not only was it worth it, but it was something that they would do over and over and over again, given the same choice. Promise you that. Okay? So I get that it's hard to work towards something you don't know what it's like. But if you work towards it and then you earn enough money to do it, whether it's the best thing that's ever happened to you or you walk away kind of going, it was fun, I had a good time, you're going to be so dang proud that back in December, after you watched this video, you said to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to save up the money. I'm going to save my $50 commission checks. I'm going to save my $100 commission checks. And instead of buying my Starbucks or spending it on my nails, I am going to invest it back into my business and just see what happens. Especially with World Tour, it's a minimal cost to attend. And the outcome of that, holy geez, you guys. Holy geez, okay? So do not discount the events. Hands down, I would take an event like SFR or World Tour over an incentive trip. And vacations are great, but those change your business. Those change your life, okay? There's a dynamic there that you can't replicate. We can't talk about it enough. I can't show you in a live video. I can't post enough pictures. There is nothing that will come close to being in a room full of thousands and thousands of consultants or being with people in your area who are motivated by this wax and warmer business and who are reaching for the same goals or reaching for goals that, hey, look a lot like yours. You haven't met anybody who just wants a date night. Tell me more about how you do that. What do you guys like to do on dates? And boom, there's connection and there's fire and it's such a beautiful thing. Earn it. Do it. Do what it takes. You won't be sorry. You won't be sorry. Hey, Jen, I was just talking about you. Getting closer to level 2, girl, get it. See, my problem is I can't see my entire downline. So, but hey, if you have earned or you are close to earning any part of this trip or this incentive period, doesn't have to be the trip, but if you are close, shout yourself out, okay? Or if you've earned it, shout yourself out because we want to hear about it. Or even better, maybe I'll make a post tomorrow. Whatever your goal is, whatever's motivating to you, I want you guys to tell us. We want to know because sometimes that gets lost in translation. Sometimes it changes. But the fact of the matter is that when you tell people what your goal is, you're kind of like, oh gosh, I said it out loud. Now I kind of have to do it because everybody's watching, you know, and it's just one of those things. And it's not meant to be condemning if you don't, but it's also meant to be that little extra, okay, well, I said I was going to do 50 PRV today, so dag nabbit, I got to do it, you know? And I got to tell you, that's me telling my husband, I'm going to earn level 3, like we are going on this trip, pick where we're going to go in New York, look at where we're going to stay or whatever. If I showed up and said, babe, I only earned a level 2, it would be so heartbreaking for me because I said it to my husband and that means something. It'd be heartbreaking, but also on the flip side of it, it's what motivates me to make sure that I earn it. Because I don't want to have that feeling. So I have to put in this order, you guys, and then go hang out with my husband because he's home and we just had dinner. But I wanted to come share that with you. So I hope that there was something taken from that that means something to you. If not, that's okay. But share your goals down below. Share what motivates you, not just your goals. I don't want just goals. I don't want 1,000 PRV a month. I want the reason you started Scentsy, right? So I want those. Maybe you haven't told anybody why you started Scentsy. Maybe you're not even sure. Heck, be honest. Be like, I just started Scentsy because my friend told me about it, and I just said I'd do it. Like it's been fun. I did it for to have friends. I did it so I could get out of the house. Like, I get that. That's real for me too. Like, it doesn't matter. Share it. Tell us about it. Okay? But those real reasons why. And then I want you to think about it for the next couple of days. I want you to really marinate on, is that what's motivating you? When you're sitting there thinking, I got to do these follow-ups. Are you motivated by the outcome or are you distracted? So, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And we're going to have a fantastic end of the week. But we will regroup later. Bye, guys.